your boy Aegis Young, the truth and the master. What it do? I was born in Dania Beach, Florida, Broward County. You know, Griffin Road. You know, out there. You know, it's a little. I say it's definitely a big difference between here and Palm Beach, but you know what I mean. You grow up. You know what I mean. You see all different types of shit. You go out with basses tweaking out in the street. You know what I'm saying? A nigga sending you to the store, all different types of shit. You know, just regular little jitterbug shit in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Regular shit. You know what I mean? Candy lady. All types of shit. Fire shit though. It was dope though. I ain't gonna lie. I liked it. I enjoyed it because the corner store, you know, I was going to the corner store my whole life to the point where you know the corner store, man, he know you coming in there to get you some fries and wings and shit. He know what you coming in there to get. You in there to get you a 25-cent bitch Slim Jim and a goddamn can of soda. Nigga, he know what you was coming for already. It was beautiful, bro. It was a beautiful upbringing. I love the hood, man. It's fucked up because of the situation and how niggas end up in the hood. But the community that get built up in the hood between us and all the different communities and shit, you got people from Israel, you know, things of that nature. You got Africans out there. It was beautiful, man. You got a whole lot of Haitians, Hispanic people. It was beautiful, man. Everybody come together too. You know what I mean? It was beautiful. Then when I turned about, I want to say like halfway through my life, because I'm, you know, I want to say, yeah, then after that we moved up to Palm Beach, the Riviera Beach. And it was like, it felt like it looked different, but it felt the same. Like everybody was still on the same shit, like on the, like, you know, I would say protecting their pride shit, because you only got so much when you ain't got so much. You know what I mean? So you want to protect that. And, you know, yeah, that was pretty much how it all came to be. And now I'm here, you know. It wasn't really too crazy of a transition, but, you know, it was a transition. Dog, listen, so first and foremost, shout out to Andre 3000. That was the first motherfucking rapper. I think it was Stank On You. Is it Stank On You? Yeah, Stank On You was the hardest motherfucking shit, bro. When I heard that shit, bro, I thought this man was a motherfucking monster, dog. Then my sister, because it was my sister that was doing everything, she put me on the Most Def motherfucking, she used to put on Diplomatic Immunity, motherfucking bitch, that shit was hard as fuck. Shout out to Killer Cam, Purple Haze. Dog, my older sister used to put me on to some fire shit. She put me on to Maxwell. Shout out to Maxwell, bro. That shit was hard as fuck. Man, dog, bro, I had a fire ass upbringing on music, bro. And not even mentioning my parents and shit. My parents, man, nigga, shout out to Boosie Collins, man. Shout out to motherfucking Fred. Man, listen, dog, niggas don't know about that old school shit, bro. See, niggas don't know about all that shit. That's what's wrong with today. I don't want to get into that, but that's what's wrong because y'all niggas ain't got no motherfucking soul no more, man. Y'all niggas need to put on some motherfucking Luther Vandross and some goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need some soul in y'all shit sometimes. That's what's missing in this shit right now is that funk, man. Ain't no more funk in that thing, man. They need a little bit of Temptations in that thing, a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? Hit that thing with some soul one time. That's what I grew up on, soul music. And then when that was just my older relatives, my grandma, my mama, my aunties, and then they put me on the old school funk, soul. Make sure you listen to some old funk. If you hear this, go listen to some old school soul music and funk. It's good for you. It'll heal your body and your mind. And motherfucking Quell, motherfucking MF Doom, all that fire shit, bro. I grew up on dope shit when I was growing up on music, man. And then all that shit made me like, man, Sean Paul made me want to make beats. I ain't gonna lie, Sean Paul, when I heard Sean Paul, he the reason why I wanted to make beats. Him and Pharrell, they was the reasons why I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I gotta do that. I gotta make people move. I like that shit. But then, yeah, that was all it was, like hearing motherfuckers that was super fire at rapping. I was like, damn, I want to do that too. Like, not even that I want to, I can, and I know I will. And so I was like, bitch, I'm finna put these sentences together. I'm finna put these words together, and I start constructing it at a young age. But I didn't think I wanted to make it into a career for real. It changes by the day. It's so many people. It's literally, I want to say dozens of people that like influence me. I gotta say, cause it's like, dog, everybody's so raw. Everybody's so dope as fuck with this shit, bro. You can't help but take that shit to heart, bro. You can't help but admire it and be inspired by it. You can't help it. It's even as far as locals, but all that shit, man, bro. Coming up, man, it was definitely a beautiful, beautiful experience being able to hear things the way they did. Cause it was CDs and shit. You was hearing the shit in the car. The shit, you might be listening to a Manny Fresh verse, and that bitch might stop because the CD scratched up, and you might hear that same verse over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The first time I made a song, I want to say I was at the crib and I had a laptop and I figured out how to use FL Studios to make beats, and then I figured out that you could drag samples into FL Studio. So I found out that it was a recorder app on Windows. So I used the microphone on the laptop screen to record my vocals and then I dragged those vocals into FL Studios, and then I've been doing this. But then I don't know if I really consider that a real first song, but that was my first experience with like hearing my own voice back to myself. You know what I'm saying? So when I want to say I graduated from high school and I was vibing, you know what I mean? I wasn't really like too focused on school too much, but I knew I was gonna go to school. But I was like taking a year off and just vibing real quick just to see what I want to do with my life. But at the time it was me and my dog Will. Shout out my dog Will. But it was me and him in the crib, and we was just like vibing, just bouncing ideas off each other. And I was like, we got real deep into like sound and like experimenting with sound and what we could do and how we could bend it and all this shit. We had all this equipment in the house, bitch. We had MPCs, MPDs, all types of crazy shit everywhere. And I had this, and he was using Ableton at the time. I wasn't even thinking like that. This man was all over the place. Like, man, shout out Will, bro. That's a real intelligent man, bro. Shout out my nigga Will, bro. 24 carats, blue face 100, however you want to spin it. Shout out my nigga Will, man. But that's the one that like really was like, bro, we was really sitting there bouncing off each other, and he really inspired me a lot. So then I had this project idea called Dialer. It was supposed to be like a phone that you use, like the really each number was supposed to represent like a different mood type shit. So I created Dialer 1 through 6. You know what I'm saying? And that was when I made that little body. It was just 6 tracks, but when I made that body of work, that was when I was like, dog, I'm really like tapped into this. I don't give a fuck what nobody else say or think. I know I'm tapped into this shit. I know this is something I know how to do, and I know I could really do something special. It ain't gonna be like nothing nobody ever heard before. It ain't gonna be like some generic shit, but it's gonna be something people could, you know what I mean, gravitate to it. And you know, and it's something also I could mold, and it got a lot of potential, I would say. That was when I knew I found my potential. That was when I was like, okay, yeah, I could do this shit. Ain't no question, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. I got it. I knew it. That was when I knew. When I made Dialer, shout out Dialer, man. Shout out Will. Shout out, man, Ableton. Yeah, that was the one. That was when I knew. So I just dropped that tape with Jack. Two-part tape with Jack. I got a tape with Fame that's I think that's out or is about to come out. I got a tape with Simba. I got a tape with Spizzy Knox. I got a tape I'm working on with Khaled Anderson. I got a whole bunch of collab tapes I'm really going crazy on right now. And then my personal shit, I got Mo Better that I'm about to re-drop. I had to take it down and remaster some shit. It was doing good on the streams and shit, but I had to take it down just to, you know, get the mix and everything kosher. And then I got The Potion. That shit finna go crazy. And then I got what the fuck? I forgot the name of the last project, the newest project I'm working on. I think it's called I Didn't Promise You. Yeah, that's what it's called. I Didn't Promise You. So that one is the latest one that I'm working on. That's one of the most, everything else I kind of like just was trying to get all my ideas out, just make sure I get everything done that I really like had on my heart and soul, and just wanted to like express myself thoroughly. You know what I mean? And then the I Didn't Promise You is just like, kind of, I want to say like a sonically pleasing, more like everybody would be like able to take this in easily. You know what I mean? It's very like you could sit down and vibe to it. You could have it playing in the background. Everybody could just like bounce to it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm really working on right now. That's what I'm focused on, is getting everybody dancing, getting the crowd moving. That's what I really want to do. You know what I mean? Right now. Before, I was really very focused on like making sure that everybody knew my lyrical capabilities. I was really focused on that. I wanted everybody to know that I was one of the best, if not the damn best rapper of all time. That was my goal. I wanted to be the best lyricist. So now I just want to make sure that people could groove too. So that's what this next project is focused on. But Mo Better and The Potion, those two is definitely about some, you know what I mean, some, you know what I'm saying, some real lyrical shit. And then I Didn't Promise You is like, we chilling, we vibing. I ain't promise you nothing, we just chilling. We ain't doing too much. I ain't make you no promises, we just vibing. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is it about me that don't give a fuck about nothing? I just want to keep creating. Like, I really did wonder that about myself for a little while. And you know what it is that I came to the conclusion of? Sometimes in this life, it ain't no why. Sometimes in this life, it ain't no explanation. I just got hit by a car the other day. I wasn't even driving. And I got the brunt of the impact. You know what I'm saying? And for a couple of hours, I almost shifted back into that but why though state of mind. And I started to realize sometimes it ain't no why. Sometimes that just is what it is. I may not never see nothing in this life. I may not never see no type of success that I desire, you know what I mean? But I also know that I've seen levels of success that people desire, you know what I mean? So it's like, in that I realized that it ain't no reason as to why, or it ain't no nothing as to why. I just am that is just who I am. And if it ain't, like, you know what I mean, like, you gotta understand that about yourself. You really gotta really understand that about yourself. It don't matter if you work a 9 to 5. It don't matter what you do for a living. It don't matter what nobody say about you. It don't matter if people don't even like what you do. If you love what you doing and you really are passionate about doing what you doing, it don't matter if people like it. It don't matter if people give a fuck about it. It don't matter if you getting plays, views, none of that shit. That shit is not important. If you like what you're doing, if you feel as though this is what you want to do in your heart and soul, you feel that way, do it. It ain't no why. It ain't never gotta be. I'm telling you, bro, off the grounds of the car accident 2 days ago, I'm telling you, it ain't no why sometimes. Sometimes it ain't no why. Just do it. I don't know what people's connection is with philosophy, but if you are a philosopher and you care about that, because that's what will really help you, is learning, how can I say, learning ways to deal with your mind outside of the textbook. You know what I'm saying? Learning to deal with yourself philosophically, because if you just take a thumbprint and compare it to anybody else's, it's not gonna be the same. So you take your mind, take an imprint of your mind today. It ain't gonna be the same tomorrow. Record your voice today and listen to it next week. Record your voice again. It ain't gonna sound the same. It's not nothing in this world. As much as we like to think that it's a cycle, it's really not. There's an ebb and flow to it. There's a rhythm to everything. You know what I mean? And that's what I've really been focused on. So for my mental health and for everybody's mental health, what I would recommend is focusing on these principles. Correspondence. Number 1. Correspondence. What you do will always come back to you in some sense. Cause and effect. Whatever you do in this moment has a ripple. It goes out into the world. Somebody else somewhere down the line that you're not even thinking about is gonna feel what you just did and how you felt just now. Even if you just sitting there, somebody gonna feel that feeling and pick up on it. You know what I'm saying? That all really exists. It's really real. So as far as mental health goes, I would say that you gotta, there's these principles, there's these values, there's these morals that you really need to understand and take into consideration when you go about your day-to-day life. Because even though it seems like things are unfair, manifestation is only so real. You know what I mean? Because then you got to think about third world countries. You know what I mean? Then that turns into your own self-effort. Now you got to start thinking about, what am I doing to make this situation different? What is the effort that I'm putting in other than just admitting and addressing the issue? Like, I am depressed. I have anger issues. okay, I know this is happening, but what is the effort that I'm putting in to make this different? You know what I mean? Because it's not always on the world. Oh, well, I just so happen to be born an angry individual. Oh, I just so happen to be born and made in these situations where now I'm depressed. Be that as it may, you still gotta put, you gotta, it's some part where you gotta put in that other 50%. You could pray as much as you want to, but you gotta put in the other half of the effort. You have to. That's my thoughts on mental health. You have to put in your half, bro. Otherwise, whatever advice, help, anything that anybody give you, philosophy, which I think most will help the most, outside of crippling disabilities, like something that's really going to take you out to where you cannot function. If it's somewhere in your capacities to do something about it, I believe that you should, and it is your responsibility to do so. Man, the end game gonna be a whole bunch of whole little babies, little running around, a whole bunch of children and grandchildren. You know what I mean, man? Everybody happy. I got the good estate going. It's a bitch 2 pools. Everybody jumping in this one and that one, and there's no greed involved. This is all just so that we have the space to do this. You know what I'm saying? I just want to build something for everybody to be happy, man. That's my main goal. I just want to spread my sound, make that shit happen across the world, build something for everybody to be able to, a platform for everybody to be able to feel happy and free to get on, and everybody just be happy. That's all. That's what I want in the end. When I'm old and dead, when I'm getting to my grave, as long as I know I even put it, if that don't happen, at least I put in my goddamn 120%, I'm good. I know I did that. That's all I really want. That's all I want out this life. I mean, people want $1 million, $1 billion, they want to be the most. I just want happiness. I just want happiness, not for myself, but everybody. Shout out to 24 Karat, shout out to Money Muliano, shout out to Cloud Stripe, shout out to Lakami, shout out to Respect the Vibe, shout out to motherfucking goddamn everybody, Heartbreak JP, shout out to John Cash, shout out to motherfucking John Paul, shout out to motherfucking Jimmy, shout out to motherfucking Jasmine, shout out to them people out there that be out there rapping and shit. Shout out to Kanye West, I hope you get your mind back right. Shout out to Jay-Z, I hope you beat that case. I fuck with you, man. I hope that man, listen, I don't know, and I don't want to talk like, listen, shout out to MF, RIP MF Doom, man. Damn, that's one of my biggest inspirations ever of all time. Shout out to Killer Cam, I'm happy you got his podcast going. Shout out to Shannon Sharp, I know you ain't gay, them people need to stop playing with you. You was just fucking that bitch on live. I don't even know, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I feel bad. I feel like it's somebody I'm forgetting. They're gonna be like, why you ain't shout me out? But shout out to all y'all too that you think that I forgot about you. I didn't. I swear to God, I love you. You know what I'm saying? And shout out my daddy too. Irresponsible motherfucker. Yo, it's your boy Aegis Young, the truth and the master. Shout out my boy Respect the Vibe. You know what I'm saying? We out.